You know that feeling, right? We've all been there.
Yeah.
Middle of the night, you wake up, and it's not like a nightmare or anything. You're just uncomfortable, kind of clammy, maybe actually soaked through.
Sure.
Your
Yeah.
PJs feel heavy, the sheets are damp, and getting back to that really deep restorative sleep feels impossible.
Hmm.
Then the next day starts, and you're just foggy,
Yeah.
already behind on energy.
It's such a common thing. But the specific issue, night sweats, hot flashes, these sudden, intense heat waves, then the sweating, it often gets brushed aside.
Totally dismissed.
Exactly. And the source we're looking at today, it really highlights how disruptive this actually is. It pulls your focus from, well, everything important. And it makes this great point that very little time and attention has ever been given to what we're wearing when we sleep, especially dealing with this.
Right. It's like this silent struggle for so many people. A huge blind spot when we talk about getting good sleep.
Mm.
So that's exactly where we're going today. We're diving into the honestly surprising world of specialized sleepwear. Stuff designed specifically to fight these problems. Our source material is from excerpts about CoolYourSweats. They claim they've found a very focused solution.
Yeah, so our mission today is basically to unpack those claims. We'll look at the unique features they talk about and, what kind of real impact this type of sleepwear might actually have. Why do they think their approach is different? Especially with the fabrics they use. What benefits are they promising if you focus on this often ignored thing, the actual material right against your skin?
Okay, let's get into it. The source really cuts right to the chase, doesn't it? That misery of soggy clothing or sleepwear, the frustration of having to change your sheets again. It frames it as a major life disruption, not just some small annoyance you're supposed to, just live with.
Exactly. And what's really insightful is how it connects that feeling directly to your day. It says damp clothing drags your attention away from the things in your life that matter and has you focused on just how uncomfortable you are. Hmm. Which is such a profound point, right? How basic physical comfort or, well, the lack of it can just derail your whole day, starting with terrible sleep.
Okay, so if the problem is this dampness, this discomfort stealing your focus, what's the unique angle Cool Your Sweats takes? How do they propose interrupting that cycle? They talk about needing to cut through the dismissiveness of the misery of hot flashes and night sweats. And the way to do it, switching to sleepwear that, quote, whacks the snooze button on hot flashes and night sweats. That's quite an image, taking back control. But, practically speaking, how does a specific fabric do that? What's actually happening there?
Well, this is where we get to the core of their idea. The source really emphasizes that fabric can have a positive or negative impact on your sleep when you suffer from night sweats. It's not neutral. And they claim they get that positive impact with a highly effective heat and moisture managing fabric. What's really interesting is their choice. A unique fabric, a blend of hemp and cotton.
Hemp. Okay, that's not what you usually hear about for sleepwear.
Right. But hemp fibers are naturally porous, and they're strong. This apparently lets them absorb and release moisture really quickly. So faster drying, yes, but maybe more importantly, their structure lets air flow through. This helps regulate your body temperature without feeling heavy or clammy. And that seems to be the key difference they're highlighting. A lot of cooling fabrics just wick sweat away, but hemp, they suggest, helps manage the heat itself, potentially before you even start sweating buckets.
And they claim to be the only menopause apparel company using hemp blends. That's a pretty specific claim, a strong differentiator. Does the source give any insight into how they landed on that or why this particular blend is supposedly so good for thermal regulation?
It seems like it's a mix of really careful material choice and, well, personal experience. The founder apparently suffered from night sweats herself and tested it rigorously, so a very direct problem solution kind of development. The idea is that the strength of the hemp, combined with the softness and breathability you get from cotton, creates a fabric that doesn't just wick moisture. It actively helps maintain a more comfortable, microclimate right around your body.
A microclimate, okay.
Yeah. So if this blend works like they say, the goal is keeping you comfortable during a flash, which means less tossing and turning, more sleep. And hopefully you wake up dry and rested.
So the promise is really about getting your sleep back, making you actually look forward to bed again instead of, dreading that sticky, uncomfortable feeling. They really hammer home that idea. Restorative sleep leads to amazing days. And to back it up, they've got that 60-night wear it and love it guarantee. Plus, they'll even send free fabric swatches. So you can feel it, wash it, test it out beforehand.
Yeah, that level of confidence does say something about how much they believe it works.
It seems pretty confident.
And the testimonials mentioned in the source material certainly seem to echo that confidence. You see this shared feeling of just profound relief. People like Sherry and Tanja describing really dramatic changes. One called the nightwear a gift from the heavens after trying everything for 25 years. Another said her night sweats just disappeared in days.
Wow. Disappeared. That's strong.
It is. And others consistently mention the fabric holding up well, drying quickly, and just giving them back that feeling of comfort at night. Amy specifically noted that the breathable fabric left her feeling drier, sweating less, and more comfortable. And importantly, it dries quickly and doesn't get smelly.
Okay, that last point is pretty key too. So these stories, they all seem to point back to that core benefit. Staying dry, staying comfortable, almost effortlessly. The end goal is sleep better and feel better all day and night, which lets you focus on your life instead of on feeling soggy. It really elevates it beyond just clothing, doesn't it? It's about reclaiming focus, reclaiming comfort.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive into CoolYourSweats really spotlights how these innovative fabric blends, specifically this hemp and cotton mix, are being engineered to tackle that physical misery of night sweats and hot flashes directly. The central idea is, just like they said, to effectively whack the snooze button on hot flashes and night sweats. The aim, getting that restorative sleep you need for amazing days.
Yeah, it really underscores how something seemingly so simple, like what pajamas you wear, can have such a profound effect on your daily comfort, your focus, everything. By tackling that soggy feeling proactively with the right material science, you can actually shift your energy back to where you want it living your life, not battling discomfort.
Exactly. And, as we wrap up, it kind of leaves you with a bigger thought, doesn't it? If optimizing something as basic as the fabric you sleep in can make such a difference to your well-being, well, what other seemingly small, maybe overlooked details or choices in our daily lives and our routines, even our clothes during the day? What else might be silently chipping away our comfort, our energy, our overall well-being day and night?
That's a great point.
Maybe it's time we all paid a bit more attention to optimizing those often dismissed little things. You never know what impact they might really be having.